welcome back to another episode of Sit and Spin with me, your host, Joe Royland. As you may know, I've been pretty ill for the last few weeks and haven't been able to get a show out. I'm still kind of riding out the end of that right now. So this week on the show, something a little different. I'm not going to be talking about new music, but because of when the show is being filmed, either tomorrow or the day after, depending on when I actually put it up, it is actually the 4-year anniversary of Sit and Spin with Joe. Started doing this originally back on March 12th, 2013. And I thought I'd do something a little interesting this year. Take a look back at our very first show. So we're going to do like a little encore presentation of that. Enjoy it. Looking back at this now, it kind of almost makes me cringe, but I thought that this would be something fun to do since I can't make it through talking through a whole show. I can feel my voice is already starting to go on me right now and I'm about to break into a coughing fit. Look at the size of the pills I have to be taking right now. These huge bad boys. I got 6 more days of taking these things too, and hopefully this whatever nastiness that's in me will be gone. But on our very first show, we talked about the movie Sound City and its soundtrack put out by Dave Grohl of Foo Fighters. But here it is. Encore presentation of our very original show from its humble beginnings. I think the original show, it's only like a minute, just over a minute and a half long. Not very long at all. Way different from what we do now. But check it out. Encore presentation of our very first show of Sit and Spin with Joe. Here you go. Hey, welcome to a little spot I want to do now. Suggested by a couple of friends who said, Joe, why don't you talk about new music more often when you do Song of the Day? And sometimes I post new music, but no one seems that interested in it. But I said, what the hell? I'm going to do a little spot. I'm going to call it Joe's Sit and Spin down here in the music room, where I'm going to feature some new release from the week. It might be something that's older, or an older artist putting something new out. It might be something brand spanking new. Today, it's a little bit of both. We're talking about the new movie Sound City, directed by Dave Grohl, about the legendary recording studio Sound City, and all the artists who recorded there, the people who worked there, and also a little project, without giving too much of the movie away, that Dave does where he made a brand new album called Sound City Reel to Reel with the Sound City Players. This album features performances by Dave Grohl and the members of the Foo Fighters and people who have also recorded stuff at Sound City. Lots of people like Rick Springfield, who you can hear on in the background right now, and Stevie Nicks, Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick, Elaine Johannes from 11, guys from Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, Leaving from Fear. The list goes on and on and on. It's too many. It's a great album, great soundtrack. If you like the Foo Fighters at all, check it out. If you're interested in music at all, check out this movie. It's a great documentary. I'd say the first 2/3 of it are all about the history of Sound City, and the last third is all about the project Dave Grohl gets together making this album. They're out this week. Go out and buy them now. Talk to you later at Sit and Spin. So that was it. Crazy to look back at that now, and man, I tell you, it kind of makes me flinch a little bit. We've come a long way since then. We've had guests with us. My friend Scott has been on the show before, and we do our yearly show. His show, Righteous Final, spun out of the show. My show itself actually spun out of Riff of the Day. My friend Gino hosts the site Riff of the Day, and it was from me visiting him on a vacation down in Florida 4 years back and guesting on his show that I said, hey, I could do this, and started just like one night. I was sitting here in the music room playing some tunes and just had the idea to just film a show, and I did. Put it up. Everybody seemed to like it, said it needs its own page, and it's been 4 years. We've been doing it ever since then. I thank you very much for all your support and sticking around. And I hope you also are checking out my friends, the Riff of the Day, and over at Righteous Vinyl, and all the fine podcasts that I put up and share on my site. I've guested on more than a few of them. It's been always fun to do that. Hope to continue to do that in the future. And eventually, maybe even get my own podcast off the ground. That was actually the premise for this. Is like I wanted to do a podcast, but trying to make it happen was a little harder, proving harder to do than I wanted to. So this was the next best available option. My voice is about to go, and I can feel a coughing fit coming on. But hopefully we'll be back next week with some actual new music reviews for you. I've been stacking, even though I've been ill, I've still been getting new stuff that I'm checking out and getting ready to review for you. And that's the show. I gotta go before I start break it into a total cut today. Once again, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for bearing with me not being able to do a show for the last few weeks, but hopefully you enjoyed this one and it was a little bit of fun for you as it was for me. Just wanted to get something out there to commemorate our 4-year anniversary of Sit and Spin with Joe. Till the next time, see you then.